How's everyone doing? So, first off, I want to say, you all probably already know the game's been rescheduled for December 4th. The only thing we don't know is what time, right? But we're very fortunate because we want to play the game. We're fortunate that they get a chance to play the game. They did things the right way where, they have a team that's 99% vaccinated. And for them not to get a chance to play would just be a crime. We kind of went through it last year with us having to forfeit a game. So, it's good that we get a chance to play. These guys get another game in their belt and we get 12 regular season games. So I'm looking forward to that. As you all can see, Keaton's still, lower leg injuries, legs kind of bother him. So Miller and Jackson got a lot of work today. And the rest of this week, we plan to use it as, 2 weeks to prepare for UCLA. So we'll start back over tomorrow. Tomorrow will be like a Monday's practice for us, and we'll go through the rest of the week. And, Tim, you guys can work with Tim and get the rest of our practice schedule from him. And, we're organized that, as we go later on tonight.
Technically, if the game was classified as a forfeit, USC would have gotten the conference win out of that. Is there any discussion about that potentially being the case?
We want to play the game, and a forfeit is not the way to go, and that's not the way that you want to qualify for a bowl game. We want to play, our whole thing is fighting on and competing, right? That's our biggest thing is competing, and I'm pretty sure that they want to compete against us. So we look forward to the opportunity.
How do the players take the news?
You saw how these guys practiced today, right? You saw the energy, you saw everything else. They found out that the game was pretty much postponed right before we came out here, and they came out here still with the right kind of energy to prepare practice against each other. Then right after practice ended, they found out pretty much that the game would still be played, and they still was happy about that. No one goes to college and say, I want to play one less game than everyone else. Everyone goes and they come here and they want to compete and go against each other. So we look forward to that.
Do you expect Keaton to practice this week?
You know what? I don't know that. It's day to day. He's dealing with that legs bothering him, so we'll see. Where he is day to day.
When did he suffer the injury during the game? You couldn't really figure out.
You know what? I don't know exactly what play. But it's one of those things. During a game, you have a million injuries, but the adrenaline and everything else is rushing, so you somehow, some way, continue to keep playing. Once the game ends, that adrenaline wears off and everything else, so it's nowhere where it can take you.
Why is Corey Foreman not practicing today?
He also suffered an injury in the game, and just right now he's dealing with a concussion. So just making sure that he's back healthy.
What's it like to be dealing with postponement and stuff like that after last year? Is it kind of surreal to be dealing with it again? What's it like?
You know what? It tells you that COVID is real, and that's why you got to make sure all the precautions. You got to take care of that. And I'm fortunate enough that I'm at a school like USC that does all the things the right way as far as taking care of that. Whereas whether we're wearing our masks and just how we still have to get tested, just everything to make sure that we're in top health. So, it's something that's still very real, and you can see it just by how you guys right now are talking to me with your masks on. So it hasn't went anywhere, it's still here, and we're all still dealing with it together as a nation.
Is there any concern just the logistics of extending the season an extra week? I know obviously, given the current state without a coach going forward, do you worry at all about guys sort of losing focus, extending it another week?
No, I don't. All these guys professionals as far as the coaches go, and all these players, they love to play football. The only thing that it maybe mess up is our finals, right? So it may run to some guys' finals, so some guys may have a little less study time and have to make sure they manage that the right way.
Before the postponement, was there any conversation about starting Jackson outright on Saturday versus Cal?
Well, of course, if Keaton couldn't go at all, right? It is no competition if you only have one guy. But right now, we're fortunate enough that we'll continue that competition. Once Keaton is back healthy, and see if he ever even gets back healthy, right? That's why it's an injury, and you never know where that may take you.
So that's purely health-based at this point.
Right now, it's health-based. Yes.
Trig was suited up today. They didn't do too much. The plan kind of slowly ease him in throughout the week.
Well, yeah, because our biggest thing was trying to get him back going, and then we got a little extra time, just with the postponement of the game. So there's no need to rush it and see what happens when you got a couple extra more days.
Feeling optimistic maybe he could play?
Of course. I'm feeling optimistic about all these guys at the same time with the game being postponed. We also have a lot of guys hurt that will also give us a chance to get some of those guys back for us also.
How do you use this week now, given that there isn't a game at the end of it?
It'll just be 2 weeks to get prepared for our rival. That's the way I look at it, and there's no other way that you would ask for that.
For Keaton, just leaving open the possibility he may not be able to play again this season, is there a possibility this injury will require surgery?
No, I hope not. We haven't looked that far into it, so again, it's just day to day right now. See where he's at.
Did you get to talk to Justin Wilcox at all, or is it mostly at the athletic department level that's been this going on?
I haven't got a chance to talk to Justin Wilcox. Just the fact is, we find out right before we came to practice, right? So I mean, someone I know, someone I admire, great coach, right? You know, if I would probably know if I go to practice, I would have given him a phone call. But right now, it's getting his team prepared to play against them. So it's a whole different, you know, point of view right now.
One more. Are you guys committed to playing in a bowl pending qualification?
Yes, yeah, we definitely. That's why, you know, we want to play these games. You know, we want to make sure that we put our best foot forward and make sure, you know, we get to a bowl the right way. Thank you. Fight on, fight on.